So it's an illness like any other illness, but the stigma is very bad. I told an ex-partner, he turned around and said on the phone, if I go and have an HIV test done and it comes positive, I will shoot you, he said. He said, I'll get a gun and I'll kill you. After sitting down with the midwife, she told me what was going to happen, what the test she's going to do going to be. Then she said, would you like to do an HIV test? And I said, no. She said, why have you said no? I said, I'm well, I'm fine, there's nothing wrong with me. 2 weeks after, I got a letter in the post saying, can I come back for some more tests? So I sat down, and then she said to me, your HIV test that you did has come back positive. I immediately got very distressed. I started shaking, I started crying. I was in shock. What I know about HIV is that people with HIV will die of AIDS. And she said, things have changed now. There's now medication. People are successfully living with medication now. And in terms of your child, once you're taking your medication, once the viral load is suppressed, the medication, the HIV will not infect, you will not infect your child during pregnancy. And then I said to them, I said, what about me? What's going to happen to me? I thought they were just talking about the baby because then they will have the baby and then I will die or something. And she said, no, you'll be fine. You just continue taking your medication. The doctors will prescribe medication. Continue taking your medication and your viral load will be suppressed. That's the result they expect to see. And the CD4 count, which is the soldiers in my body that fights infections, will go up. So I left there with hope. I remember saying to them, how soon can I start? I want to start immediately. And she booked me an appointment to come to see the consultant the next day. They found that my viral load was in its thousands, really high. And my CD4 count was only 50. And a normal person's CD4 count is about 300, so 50 was dangerously low. And I was told that if I had carried on with that pregnancy without taking an HIV test, I would have fallen very ill with an AIDS-defined illness. And within 3 months, my viral load had gone from thousands down to under 50, which is undetectable. And my CD4 count had gone up to about 400, which is healthy. When they said I'm HIV positive, I thought I've got just a few months left to live. I didn't think there was a future. I thought that was it. I'm just going to die young. And then it got to the point where I thought I need to tell my son, because I believe in telling children things when they're young, so that it becomes a normality for them, so that when they get to teenage period, when they're dealing with hormones and all sorts of problems, relationship problems, it's not a big shock. After a few months, I was getting ready for school, and then he saw me take the tablets. So I said, do you remember that program we watched on telly? And those children that were learning about that bug that people get, and there's no cure for it. He said, yes. I said, Mom's got that bug. He actually laughed. He said, he thought it was funny that Mom's got connection with someone on telly. If you get cancer, people rally around you. But with HIV, people they hear your story, you tell them, and they cut you off. That's been my experience. I've had dentists take me off their list when they find out that I'm HIV positive. That happens. Or wear 2 gloves. That happened recently. My family as well, they seem to just be waiting for me to, or they're waiting to hear the news that I've maybe died or something. They don't seem to understand that I'm okay taking my medication and I'll live long. So in terms of my family, I wish they were a little bit more understanding and a bit more caring, or show a bit more concern for what's going on. Once you're taking medication, if your viral load is undetectable, that's when the virus cannot be picked up by the test, and your CD4 count is above 300, especially when it's undetectable. It means that you cannot transmit the HIV. So undetectable equals untransmittable. So I'm a member of what they call the UK CAB, and we meet every 3 months, and we have people from the pharmaceutical companies coming to talk to us about new developing treatments for HIV. And the most exciting one is there's going to be an injection, and possibly every month, and they're hoping it could be every 6 months. It might be an implant, it might be an injection, or maybe a jab. So it's looking good.